Hi, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday on a Tuesday, every Tuesday. I'm your host, Madi B, and today I have a special guest with me. I have the founding partner of D. Miller & Associates, attorney Darren Miller.
Hello, everybody.
What an honor to have him here today on the show. So we're going to listen and kind of hear a little bit more about him so that way you viewers can get to know him and kind of get to know his personality as well. But I do want to open up the lines of communication for you guys to ask any type of personal injury questions that you guys may have or any questions for the founding partner. That's what he's here for, to answer any questions that you guys may have. So they're going to make you work today. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready for all those questions that are going to come? We're going to kind of hit you left side to right side, but you're ready for all those type of punches, huh?
Let's do this.
Let's do this. You heard it from himself, the founding partner. Let's do this. So bring it on. I want to invite all of you guys for those questions for the attorney Darren Miller. I also want to thank all of you guys that watch the show, like the show, and share the show. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't keep coming up with Talk to Me Tuesday. So we want to thank all our viewers out there. We have
Where's my invite?
Yes, we do save the best for last. So we did have your partner last week, Ramesh Raghuthaman.
I heard he did very well.
He did amazing, and he kind of touched a little bit about NCAA concussion.
Right.
So in honor of Final Four and in honor of March Madness, he kind of came with his little sports spiel, which was great. He's a sports guy too, so it works out.
He's all over the place, that Ramesh.
Yes, and he was here helping us with our other show, Juegos de Justicia, too. Right. But he's constantly busy, just like you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so to get these guys, these two partners, the founding partner and the managing partner, to be on the show, it's a little tough because they do have a very tough schedule.
Absolutely. Was in Vegas last week taking care of a little business with regards to our mass tort convention. The shooting case out there, of course, we were taking care of that. I know Ramesh is also coordinating a number of different things also. So it's a very busy process to be able to sit down, but it's a great process when we're able to sit down and talk to some of our people and do some things with it.
And maybe we can hear a little bit later about how that experience was in Las Vegas, so that way our viewers know how your mind works, the mastermind behind this law firm, D. Miller & Associates, and all of the factors put together to make it such a successful firm. But before that, tell the viewers a little bit about yourself. Where you went to school, I don't know, something fun, a fun fact, I don't know, whatever you want to tell our viewers, a little bit about yourself so they can get to know you a little bit better.
A fun fact, with D. Miller. Interesting. Okay. I graduated Texas A&M University. Very proud. Gig'em. Have a master's of business, an MBA from the University of St. Thomas. A graduate of the Thurgood Marshall School of Law. Been practicing for a good bit of years now. Don't want to disclose that, but we'll talk about that in a little while.
Okay.
I love playing racquetball.
Oh.
Okay. I also love playing poker. Legal poker.
Yes, disclaimer, right?
Poker, yes.
And actually, that's funny that you say about racquetball, because if you guys go to our Facebook, go like our page, you're going to see there was a post of you by yourself as well as a partner. So you just went to a racquetball tournament. You won the division for singles, so you won first place. And then for doubles, you won second place. So we did put a post. Please go back and scroll at those pictures and go like it, because that's something you did, what was that, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago. I was down there for the Texas Aggieland Classic down there at my alma mater. Had a great time. It was a tough deal, but had a great time and able to pick up those two trophies. I'm very proud of us.
That's awesome. And that is a fun fact right there.
Yeah.
That's a fun fact. So those of you guys that follow our page, you guys would have already known that because we did put a post. However, go show him some love and go like that page right now, as well as click the little thumbs up on this show as well, so he knows that you guys want to know more. So as far as being a founding partner, there had to have been some type of love behind what you do, what you offer as far as an attorney, to even come up with this awesome law firm, D. Miller & Associates. Yeah. So do you want to talk a little bit about your passion, your love behind the law side?
It I find it to be, it's an honor to be an attorney. When you have folks that come to you with problems and issues and don't know what to do, and you can provide them proper direction, good instruction, and hopefully a good financial outcome, I mean, that is an absolute blessing.
Right.
And for me, it's just not a job, okay? I have a passion for what I do. I love what I do. It doesn't matter whether I'm working on a $5,000 case or $1 million case. You have to have that same passion to solve problems, to address issues, to make people feel comfortable, and to take care of the problems that they came to get solved.
So across the board, it doesn't matter the type of case. And you guys have probably heard this before. Those of you guys that watch our show, all the attorneys that sit here say kind of the same message, that they do it because they love to help you guys. And I always say you're always in good hands. You really are. Like, you guys really take this pretty serious and go out there and just show your passion to the clients that are out there.
Well, absolutely. I mean, this is something that's very serious to these clients. When they don't know what to do, and it's very fulfilling to give them the direction, to put them on the right path. If they need medical care, and to provide it to them, it just makes you feel good when you solve problems.
Yeah, and you guys are coming to us to look for guidance or a direction. And I say this every time, you guys are in good hands with the attorneys that are here. We do have 6 attorneys here at D. Miller & Associates. 6, and it's growing. So that number is going to change constantly. And the combined experience, that's about 50 years. Would you agree with that?
Actually, it's probably even more than that. Again, because we've been really blessed and that phone does not stop ringing.
Yeah.
Because we've got such a need, we are growing, we're expanding, and we're going to certainly add people as we need to. So that should continue to grow.
Awesome. And speaking of that phone ringing, if you ever want to give us a call, that phone number is 713-850-8600. The phone number is also below, as well as our address. So if you have a need or if you want to talk to anyone, feel free to give us a call. You can also do it here on this show or a direct message on Facebook. If it is a private matter, we will send you a private message. We want to open up those lines of communication because we want to be there to help you guys. So we do have a question, and this was from Amy. Hey, Amy. Amy wants to know, how long have you been in practice?
You know, it's kind of interesting because it feels like I've only been doing it for a handful of years. But now that I really count them up and you ask me that question, it's actually 19 years.
Wow, time flies when you're having fun.
I know. I didn't have all these gray hairs.
Oh, is that what it is?
Where did that come from?
It's just showing that you're wise. That's all it's about. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So you blink and it's 19 years.
You know, you say wise. My kids say I'm old.
Oh, I say wise. We're going to go with the wise. So do you remember, like it was yesterday, when you started this law firm? From all components, from the thinking of the thought, getting your actual first location. Do you remember like it's yesterday? Because you literally, it's 19 years.
I know. I do. I remember the first, getting that first location and going out there to the different apartment complexes, passing out the business cards, taking any kind of case on, and being glad to get in that first $100 bill. Yeah, that was, I do remember like it was yesterday. Wow.
Maybe we'll post a picture on our Facebook of Throwback Thursday. Maybe if you have some throwback pictures, I'm pretty sure we'd like to see, where this all kind of flourished from, like where it started, at what point. If you have any of those pictures, that'd be cool if we put it out for Throwback Thursday.
That would be cool.
If you guys want to see a Throwback Thursday picture, make sure you like, show me the thumbs up. So that way I know that, yep, you do want that Throwback Thursday picture, and I will make sure that gets done for you guys.
If I find any of those pictures, it'll be interesting because I might have hair in them.
Oh, we definitely want to see them. Go hit the like button. Give me the little heart so that I know that you guys want to see Mr. Miller, Attorney Darren Miller, with some hair. Was it an afro? Was it just short?
I like the flat top.
Flat top type of dude. Okay, that's cool. We love that. So we do have a question. This one is from Jimmy. So hey, Jimmy, my accident was in January this year. Yes. How much time do I have to file a claim? I'm going to repeat it one more time. So Jimmy's asking, my accident was in January this year. How much time do I have to file a claim?
Okay, good question, Jimmy. Again, if you live here in Texas, if the accident happened in Texas, you have 2 years to file a claim. Okay. Now, although you do have 2 years to file a claim, I certainly would tell you, Jimmy, do not wait to get anything done on this. If the accident happened in January, I would certainly suggest seeking medical attention, getting help moving forward to move your case forward, because the insurance company, what they're going to do is, well, gosh, Jimmy, if you haven't done anything for all this time, then why should we pay you for anything? So get going with your case, Jimmy. If you need assistance, give us a shout, but get some help for it if you need to, and do it right now. Don't wait 2 years. Move forward now.
Good advice. So the quicker the better, and every case is different. So D. Miller and Associates likes to hear a little bit more details as far as the case goes. But yes, we could definitely help.
Yes.
Right? And then he said in the state of Texas, it's 2 years. Now, talking about the state of Texas, we do help out people all over Texas, as well as other cities and states as well.
That is correct. We have, if we're talking nationwide, of course, we have another office in Washington. We also have a location in the Valley. Certainly anywhere in Texas you need assistance. Even if we can't help you, we want to point you in the right direction.
Right. So thank you, Jimmy, for that question. And we'll make sure that we follow up with your question and see what exactly location it was. Was it Texas? Was it another city or state? Let us know. That way we can follow up with the proper answer, as well as we do help anybody nationwide.
Absolutely.
Anybody nationwide. So I just want to make that clear. We do help you. And we did get a comment. This one's from Marta. Marta saying, hello, Attorney Darren Miller, and hello, Marty.
Hey, Marta. How you doing?
So we love to receive comments like that. So I want to also encourage you guys, if you have any comments, doesn't have to be a question. It could be a comment. If you want to compliment his tie or his suit, by all means, put that comment up there. We'd like to hear a little bit more as far as what you guys have comments about.
You know, one thing I love about Marta is that she is always working. She is always taking care of business, nights, weekends. When there's stuff to be done, she gets it taken care of. That's why we love you. Hi, Marta. So
for the viewers that are out there and want to know exactly the position, because our firm is very unique. We're broken up into phases. So not everybody gets to work with Marta at the beginning or at the end, but at some time they can. Absolutely. Do you want to talk a little bit about the department that she works in?
Marta works in the medical development department. That is phase 3 of our process. So again, any clients that are kind of going through our process, once it gets time for you to be in treatment and determining what doctors you go to and all those types of things, you would work with one of the ladies in the phase 3 department, and hopefully you'll be lucky enough to work with one of our good friends and employees, Marta.
Yeah, exactly. So if you guys are wondering how your case, whenever your case comes through D. Miller & Associates, how it works, yes, he just said right now it is broken up into phases. Phase 3 it's 1 out of 4 phases. Correct. Phase 1 is getting all the information as far as your case goes. Phase 2 is like investigating, police reports, stuff like that of your case. Phase 3, he mentioned it right then and there, medical development. And then phase 4 is demand and negotiations.
Absolutely.
So you're going to be working with different people at all times in the duration of your case.
Yeah, and some people have questions about why am I being switched from one person to another? And I think it's very important to do. The reason why we set it up this way is because when you set it up into 4 separate phases, it allows people to focus on one particular important job, get it done. As soon as that is complete, get to the next person. So that's why we did it that way.
Kind of like an assembly line, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
So we have every busybody here at D. Miller & Associates, and they're passing it along in the time needed of your case. Of course, every case is different.
Right.
I always say that because it's so true. It doesn't matter if it's the same type of even details. Every case is different. Injuries are different. Everything is different.
But you know what, though? Although every case is different, we do recognize the fact that their case is important to them. And we make sure to emphasize that on each case, we take care of your case individually.
Absolutely. So we're here for you. Yes, that's right, you. So if you guys have any type of questions or have some type of accident, please give us a call. That number again, 713-850-8600. I want to kind of bring you back to you,
yes,
Attorney Darren Miller. So we were talking about you being an attorney, where you remember 19 years ago where this all started.
Yeah.
So now my question's a little bit deeper.
Okay.
What made you become an attorney? And at that, what made you become a personal injury attorney? Because there's so many categories and practices of law that you could have gone in.
Right.
I don't know how deep this story is. Y'all get ready, because we're about to probably get a good story. Was there like a life-changing event, something that you went through, or somebody around you that made you say, you know what, I want to become an attorney?
Wow. Okay. That was a nice loaded question. I would have to give the credit for that originally with my parents.
Okay.
Okay. My parents actually they were born, they're from the Caribbean.
Okay.
And they were extremely poor. When I'm talking about poor, I'm talking about 6 and 7 brothers, for example, with my mother, growing up in 2 rooms with an outhouse type poor.
Okay.
My father didn't have his parents weren't around, and it was just the kids who raised and educated him. Now, so they were there's almost no economic opportunity in the Caribbean. Okay. And so a typical path is many times is for the parents or the family to go overseas to get their education. My parents moved to Great Britain to get their education.
Wow, no accent.
No accent, and there's a story behind that.
Okay, we'll hear about that in a second.
So I was born in London. I was born in England. I lived over there the first 10 years of my life.
Wow.
And there was 3 channels. BBC One, BBC Two, BBC Three. BBC Three was my favorite because they used to show American television. And there was this one show, I believe it was Banachek, I believe it was. Don't quote me on that. But they had this one character that I always remember. He used to drive these big American cars, and he would always go to court, and he would always help people out, and he was a lawyer. And so while I didn't exactly know what he did,
right,
I knew I wanted to be him. I wanted to be a lawyer. And what's interesting, in London, in England, the segregation is like really, really bad. Okay. And so in England, whenever I said, I want to be a lawyer, you know, my parents would encourage me, but at the same time, it really wasn't that realistic in England because it just, in terms of black attorneys and lawyers, it just didn't happen over there. But anyway, the plan was always for us to get educated there and then move over to America for the economic opportunity. So we moved to New York.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and as you can quite well imagine, an English 10-year-old with a briefcase and an accent and everything else, that did not go over too well in Brooklyn, New York. So after me getting pounded a few times, wow, they said, you know what, we need to move to Texas. So I moved to Texas. And where, of course, things kind of changed. It was significantly better. And that's how I first decided, ever since I was 10 years old, I wanted to be a lawyer.
Wow. Well, welcome to Texas. That's crazy that they beat out the accent out of you. Is that what you said?
They did. You know, what's very interesting is, you know, if you listen to any of my cousins that have moved over there subsequently, they all have the accents, okay? Every one of them has, even my parents, they also have accents. But because I was like, no, I'm going to assimilate like all these other kids, myself and my sister, we did everything we could to lose it. Very
interesting story. So since you were little, young, you've been seeing it in TV as far as being an attorney or a lawyer. You didn't really know, but it was the normal for you, being little. And the normal became reality.
It did. It did.
Beautiful story.
It was a tough road. Of course, it's a challenge like anything else worthwhile. It was a challenge to get through college, get through school, get the degree. But with the help of my family and loved ones and my beautiful wife, we were able to make that dream a reality. Well,
that's awesome. So we want to thank all those key players and family members in your life to definitely keep giving you that push. And in a second, I'm going to ask, after this question, we're going to ask then why personal injury. I know I gave you a lot in that question. There was a lot, but you know, we'll just chop it up and give you another section here in a little bit.
Sure.
Matt right now wants to know, I had surgery a year ago, and I think I might have a medical malpractice case, but I'm not sure. What should I do Okay, I'm gonna repeat that one because I kind of chopped it up.
Yeah.
Matt, I had a surgery a year ago and think I might have a medical malpractice case, but I'm not sure. What should I do?
Tough situation there. With medical malpractice, the laws have changed in Texas over the last few years. And to move forward with a claim of that sort has become much more difficult. Certainly, Matt, if you wanted to contact us and let us kind of screen it for you, we're glad to kind of go through the facts, maybe get the medical records, find out what your concerns are, and find out from there. But I will tell you this, Matt, to be very honest with you, don't hold your hopes up too high. We screen a bunch of these cases every month, and my guess is we probably accept maybe 1 out of 300 cases. Okay, they're very difficult. They're tough. There's been caps on the different statutes in terms of being able to recover financially. So that's a tough deal, man.
So Matt, we can definitely give you a call, follow up with you. If not, you can give us a call. That's 713-850-8600. We're more than happy to hear your story.
Yep.
You never know, and we're here to guide you the best that we can.
Absolutely.
So we'll let you know, just like he said, what the parameters are, and we'll go from there.
And again, it's important to note, Matt, even with guys like Matt and people that have difficult situations, it's not always about us, okay, let's sign.
Right.
But with Matt, I at least want to kind of get him some direction, and these are the people you should talk to if we can't help you, get some other opinions, and more importantly, what are you dealing with physically and maybe mentally that we can try and point you in the right direction also.
Right. So it is a serious matter, and Matt, we will definitely be there to guide you every step of the way, however we can, as far as D. Miller & Associates goes. We have a comment. This one's from Bernice. Hey, Bernice. Bernice is saying, my favorite people. Awesome. So thank you, Bernice. And I also want to thank all you guys right now watching Talk to Me Tuesday, all those likes and shares that we're receiving. Keep sharing it. Why is sharing so important? The more you share, the more people get to see the show, as well as more lives we get to affect. So we're helping more people. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Bernice, hello. It's, I love seeing Bernice. And you know why? It's because every time I see her, she's full of energy.
Yeah.
She's always smiling. She comes up and gives you a big hug. She is so much fun to be around. Hello, Bernice.
Yes. Always have a smile ear to ear. We love it. Love it. It's always contagious. So definitely, all of you guys that are watching, we want to thank you as well. So I want to kind of go back. I gave you a loaded question probably like 5 minutes ago.
Yes.
And that loaded question, you were saying why you became an attorney, what the reason was.
Yes,
now, I do ask most of the attorneys that come on the show why they wanted to become an attorney. But now I'm going to ask you, why did you want to become a personal injury attorney?
Okay.
There's so many practices that you could have gone.
Yes.
Family, criminal, corporate. I mean, the sky's the limit, right?
Yes.
So why did you choose personal injury?
Personal injury kind of chose me, okay? And let me explain that. When I came out of law school, I wanted to be a sports agent, okay? I actually worked for a very prominent sports agent here in town, and that went fairly well. I helped him negotiate like Anthony Hardaway and some other, I didn't help him with that one. That was a big one, but I helped service some of the smaller clients that he had on that docket. And I really want to be a sports agent. But one of the things that I kind of noticed in dealing with that, it's kind of dirty, okay? The industry was something I did not like being involved in. For example, there would be times at 11 o'clock at night, it's like, hey, we need you to go across town, okay? XYZ client is in jail and he needs to be bailed out. This person has just beat up this person, for example. And it's just like, dealing with all this dirty laundry and garbage, and then dishonesty. And when I say dishonesty, I mean the fact that you would talk to a client or a prospective client, hey, I'm going to go with you. I promise I'm going with you. Everything's done deal and everything's beautiful. You call them the next day, boom, they're gone, and they sign with somebody else. And I made the decision that is not what I wanted to do. Now, certainly from a financial perspective, yeah, it would have been nice and potentially lucrative, but I wanted to practice law. I wanted to develop real relationships. I wanted an industry where my word really meant something.
Wow.
Okay, so I moved away from that, and then I started doing some other things. I played around a little bit with family law, with doing some contracts, with doing some of this, some of that.
Okay.
Okay, so I've done a lot of those things, but personal injury became something that was, okay, how can I beat the insurance company at their game? Which was, what's the lowest amount of money I can put on the table and get this person to sign that agreement? And so I would put time, energy, and effort into figuring out what's a better way to do this. What's a better way to compensate the client? What's a better way to make sure that whatever their final number is, to increase that by 15, 20, 40%. And so that's why personal injury became so important to me, and we've been so successful with it.
And a lot of lives have been in your hands too, not specifically yours, because we do have 6 attorneys. But what I'm saying is, in D. Miller and Associates, these clients come to you because they need that guidance, and that's rewarding at the same time.
It is rewarding. It's very rewarding because, again, while we, like many other firms, were able to get most cases resolved at the pre-litigation level, I am so happy that we've been able to secure the services of great attorneys like Andy Rubenstein, who's been practicing for 20 plus years, I think 25 years now, such that if the insurance company doesn't want to do the right thing, they don't want to put the right money on the table, well, guess what? We don't give a care, because we're going to go file it, and we're going to go try that case, and we're going to go get the client the money that he deserves.
Yeah, we fight for our clients, huh?
We don't just fight for them. We win, and we will kick your butt if the insurance company doesn't do the right thing.
There you have it, from attorney Darren Miller himself. So that's awesome. That's awesome. So that way our viewers could just know a little bit more of the passion behind D. Miller and Associates. I know I have Wanda right now. Wanda is asking, what is the best way to contact you, and what areas do you specialize in? Might not just be you specifically, could be just in the firm, but what areas do we specialize in?
All types of injury cases. There was a time when we only took car accident cases or medical devices and things of that nature. But because we've expanded, we've got, as I've mentioned before, over 52 employees. That allows us to do a lot of things in Houston, in Texas, throughout the country. Right. So any type of injury case that you've got a question or concern on, I don't care how small it is, don't care how big it is. If you've got a concern, we want to at least point you in the right direction and help you place it, move it where we needs to go.
Right, and just a few of those, just to mention, so motor vehicle accident, 18-wheeler, commercial, slip and fall, dog bite, concussion, those are some of the few, I repeat, some of the few that we do here. There's still more, like he was just mentioning, he went for mass torts in Las Vegas. That's a little bit different. If it's been a pharmaceutical drug, a device, and medical instrument, those are just a few of where we also specialize in. And the best contact number, what would you say be the best contact number?
Best number to call us at 713-850-8600, 713-850-8600.
Now, thank goodness for technology. That's not the only way you can communicate with us. You can also reach us by either email, by the Facebook, direct message. There's so many portals of communication that you can get a hold and contact with us, but our phone lines are on 24/7.
They absolutely are. And our phone lines are very busy. We've got 3 receptionists here that are always busy. Now, one thing that we have dedicated ourselves to is better communication with the clients, okay? We have had an issue, I'll be the first to admit it, that sometimes we are not returning the phone calls as quickly as we need to. We are not giving the clients information on their cases as quickly as we need to.
Okay.
But the management team here has rededicated itself to make sure those phone calls are being returned in a timely fashion, that the text messages are being taken care of, that the clients are being informed. So that's now extremely important to us, as it's always been. So we're working on that. It's going to be a work in progress, but we're going to make sure that communication with our clients continues to get better.
That's awesome. And I say it all the time here in my show, we open up the lines to communication. And that's true across the board.
Across the board.
Exactly. So you guys are in good hands. There we do have another question coming up. But before that, I want to talk a little bit about an event that's coming up. And this is something You've probably seen this little yellow picture on our page. Make sure you go like it, and please make sure that you guys can make an appearance here. It's Houston Children's Charity. It's our kickoff party that we have. What we're going to have is food, drinks. Magic 102 is going to be here live as well. We're encouraging loose change. Okay, so for every $100, we make a difference in a child's life here in Houston that does not have a bed. So for every $100, it gets a chance for a child in Houston to get a bed, a pillow, and a sheet. And after Hurricane Harvey, that number has now increased. So that's something that we've been doing for years. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about the experience you've had with that party or kickoff party that we have, and that's just raising money for this beautiful charity, and how rewarding it was for you as well.
Absolutely, guys. It's amazing to me how many kids are going to bed at night and they don't have a bed to sleep in. They don't have a pillow to rest their head on. And because of that, they're not able to get a good night's sleep, which means the next morning at school, they're not paying attention, they're getting in trouble, which means you have truancy problems, attentions, and they're not learning. It has such a dramatic effect on these kids' lives. We've got to do something about it. We got involved in this organization years ago. We've been able to get help to get thousands of beds for these kids and change lives. This is a total charitable event. We don't make anything off this. This is part of what we do in terms of giving back. So guys, anything you can do to help, to support, helping our community, especially now after the hurricane, we've got to help those kids that really need it. And that's what we're doing.
So if you guys want to know a little bit more information, that is awesome. Our kids are our future. Our kids Absolutely. Are our future, so we definitely want to be there for the children of tomorrow. That event that we're going to have here, kickoff party here at our parking lot, so that address is going to be located below, but if you go to our page and scroll and find this yellow obnoxious picture, it's the event page for Houston Children's Charity kickoff party that we're going to have. It's going to be May 10th right. From 4 to 7. Not just that, Ramesh, the managing partner, last time said, you guys get a chance to meet the attorneys yourself as well as all our staff will be out there.
Absolutely.
Everyone. So you get to shake his hand and also bring your loose change, any little bit, 50 cents, $1, $10, any little bit helps to make a difference in a child here in Houston, Texas.
There is no better feeling after we've collected, this money, and what we like to do typically is go to help to load the beds up for these kiddos and families that are benefited by it, and to watch their faces light up and to see the difference that it actually makes in these guys' lives. It's so important and it's so rewarding. So please, if you can, come on by, support us, give back. It'll make you sleep better at night. Absolutely.
It's the little things that matter. A bed, a pillow, and a sheet matter. And just like you said, they have smiles on their faces when we're delivering it.
Absolutely.
So that's the rewarding part. And we'll make sure after we deliver those, which will be in a while, we will load up all those pictures as well, so you guys can be a part of that movement as well.
Very cool.
Yes, for sure. So we have a question from Andrew. Andrew's saying, I don't think I can afford an attorney, but I was recently involved in an accident and I don't know what to do. How much do you guys cost?
Great question. I would start by answering by saying you should never, almost never, sign up with any lawyer who's going to charge you in a situation like this with regards to you having to pay money, okay? What I mean by that is this. What most attorneys, what we do in this situation is we work on a contingency fee, which basically means that we're not going to charge you unless we can get you benefit, okay? So we'll send you to the doctors, get care for you, work with you, and you're not pulling any money out of your pocket until we ultimately get the case settled and resolved. And then, of course, at that point, we'll charge consistent with our agreement.
So that's awesome. So Andrew, like he said, you don't pay anything up front.
Nope.
It wouldn't be until the end of the case if something were, if we were to get some type of settlement, correct?
Exactly.
So there you go. We can help you, Andrew. Make sure you give us a call. We'll also follow up with you. The attorneys here himself will follow up with you, Andrew, and make sure that you are in good hands.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So now I kind of want to change the vibe a little bit. Okay. So D. Miller and Associates lately this year has been known for your legal heroes. Yes,
that is correct.
Everybody that has came on this show, an attorney here at D. Miller & Associates, I've asked the symbolism of the legal hero. Why? What type of hero would you depict as yourself? So what hero, there's so many heroes out there, okay? So many heroes. Which one would you pick to really like best describe your personality, what you do, the strength, the power, all of that? I know that's deep. Yes. We're gonna get deep, guys. But just so that you guys know, like the representation, what hero would you be?
Okay, well that question actually is somewhat simple for me. And I don't know whether this is cocky, arrogant, or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
But you've asked me a question. I'm going to answer it
Absolutely,
honestly.
Please do.
I am Superman. Okay.
Superman.
I am Superman, and the reason why I'm Superman, or I believe I am with regards to the sense of what we're talking about, is because of what he represents. He represents truth. He represents justice. He represents strength. He's a leader. He is someone who's going to go out there and fight. He's going to take care of those injured people, put their needs in front of his own, and make sure that the job gets done. So without any doubt, I believe.
Superman. Wow, that just gave me chills. That's a deep message. It's not just what you just see on the outside, but it's deeper than that. Right. If you follow the character, then all of that falls in line with the caricature. So we do have a website. So I encourage you guys to go look at the website, www.dmillerlaw.com. There is a picture, and I think this is where this is coming from. It's a picture, the headline picture of you, as well as other attorneys and your managing staff, and you're just there, and it's the D. Miller & Associates coming through your shirt. Correct. So now I get it.
That's exactly it.
I get it. And now you guys will get it too. So if you guys ever visited our website, you will now understand the why behind that. And I encourage you guys to go look at it. Let us know what you think about the website. We'd always want to know what our consumers think and our viewers. So that is awesome. So D. Miller & Associates is your legal heroes.
Yes.
Every story has a hero, and every hero has a story.
That is correct.
Exactly. So I'm pretty sure you can give a lot of stories of how you were a hero and played the hero in someone's life. And maybe this is something we could probably talk about later, if not next time, because next Tuesday you're going to be on the show with us too.
Oh, how about that?
He knew that, guys. So that's a question that we might want to, so I'm going to give you some time to think about it, but how you've affected a person's life, and definitely not disclosing names, but, a situation.
Yeah.
We've had other attorneys, if you guys watched our show, that have told some really good, awesome, impactful stories. I've gotten chills every single time. Every single time.
Then I will have to come up with something good. I'm going to have to think about it, think about what we've done.
Think all those 19 years.
Yes.
Think of all those 19 years and pick your best one. I know there's several.
Yes.
I know there's going to be several that have impacted not just your lives, but their lives as well.
For sure.
So I'm going to go ahead and next question. This one is from Penny. Penny said, I was in an auto accident 4 months ago, but the doctor hasn't released me back to work. Will the insurance compensate me for lost wages? This is a long one. Let me repeat it. Okay. Penny, I was in an auto accident 4 months ago, but the doctor hasn't released me back to work. Will the insurance compensate me for lost wages?
Good question, Penny, and sorry to hear about your accident. I wish I could sit here and tell you that the insurance companies are going to do the right thing and pay you for everything that you're out. But many times these days, they don't. They're going to find a way to nickel and dime, to deny. If you're entitled to $100, for example, they're going to offer you $15, because what I see them doing these days is because the clients are in need or desperate, they utilize that against them. Instead of doing the right thing, what they're supposed to do in terms of taking care of their business, they use a different analysis, and that analysis is, what is the smallest amount of money can I put on the table and get this person to sign on that dotted line? So, it's tough. I know that we fight for those things in terms of the lost wages. I know that it can be a huge fight with the insurance companies to get them to pay exactly what you need to. Many times we get it. But many times I notice that clients who are doing this by themselves are unrepresented. They're getting some money sometimes, but they're getting pennies on the dollar instead of what they're probably entitled to.
So based on the last 19 years, have you seen a big difference on what you're saying? Has it been different 19 years ago than where it is now? Or has it pretty much been the same with the insurance adjusters? Like based on like what you've seen during your time frame?
It's getting worse. It's getting absolutely worse. There's no question that the insurance companies are being more, shall I say, frugal, conservative. Of course, the hurricane situation and all of the billions of dollars worth of losses, that has certainly not helped the situation. So the insurance companies are being tighter and tighter with their money. So accordingly, we are fighting harder and harder, and we're finding that more cases, unfortunately, are having to get filed because they have to see that we're serious about the cases. We're not going anywhere, and if you don't give us our money, we will take you to court and we will rip it out of your hand.
That's great information. So now you guys know how the industry has changed significantly, and that's not to say in the future it might not even continue to change. It's probably projected that way, huh?
It could certainly get worse. It could certainly get worse. So again, that's why I tell clients, again, even if you're not going with our particular firm, you have to make sure that you associate yourself with a law firm who is willing and ready to litigate your case. That is one of the questions I would have in my analysis. Okay, I know you're going to take care of me. I know you're going to look out for me. But if we have to go try this case, are you prepared to try it? Because I'm telling you, 80% of the lawyers out there are not trying cases. They're not interested. They don't have the wherewithal. They don't have the staff to do it. So make that a part of your analysis. If you have to go try it, which none of us want to do, are you prepared to go try that case?
Well, I can tell you two things right now. D. Miller & Associates is ready and willing, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so that was good. Thank you, Penny, for that question. That was an awesome question. We got to kind of dig a little deeper, just get a little bit more insight as far as the trends now and then.
Absolutely.
That way you guys as well, the viewers, you guys know how different it was. And a lot of these people that have been in accidents, heaven forbid, but it's just a headache, right? And when you get in an accident, you're just like, oh my gosh, I've never been through this. What is this like? So just educating our viewers out there, it kind of helps if you're ever in that situation or any family member or friend, it helps to kind of already have a leg up on how it was then, how it is now, what to look forward to, and we're here to educate them.
Absolutely. Depending on the type of situation that you have, what I find myself dealing with a lot these days are people that, hey, you know what? Well, you lawyers are expensive. I don't know if I'm really getting anything out of the deal, so I'm going to try and do this thing, do it themselves. And what they inevitably ends up happening is the insurance company starts to shortchange them or promises to do certain things, and then they don't deliver on those promises. So again, especially if you've been involved in any kind of a serious accident, whether or not you decide to utilize our services, get some counseling or some help from some lawyer who's going to get help from you, provide you assistance, and point you in the right direction. Get that help, get that assistance, because there may be a number of different factors that you may not be considering. And I can assure you this, the insurance company is not going to do anything to line your pockets. If you don't ask for it, you don't prepare for it, you don't document it, they're not going to pay you for it.
Right. So we're here to educate and guide the best that we can, but he said it himself. That was great advice that you guys can take. And if you guys have any questions in regards to that, load them up, load the questions up below. We'll be more than happy. Exactly. We'll be more than happy to help you. And it doesn't have to be the show. Even if you're watching this in after hours or when you're getting home with the kids, cooking, still load your questions. We're constantly on there answering those questions, not necessarily just on live.
And I would say this, Monty, I love answering questions. I love when people come to me with different questions, different scenarios, because I like to think. I like things that are out of the ordinary, different situations and scenarios that are like, wow, I haven't dealt with that in 10 years. Okay, great. Let's go research that. Let's go find out. So please, your questions, we'd love to answer them. Give us a shout and let us see what we can try to do to help you.
So we definitely want to welcome all types of questions. I know you're challenged, whether it's new cases, different type of even torts on mass tort, or even your own team. We all ask a lot of questions. We want to know, but as well as it also gets you thinking in an analytical way as well. So
And let me say this about that team concept. I mean, we spend a lot of time in the different phases that I mentioned earlier with regards to phase 1 to 2, 3, and 4. We roundtable all the cases. We ask questions on each one of those cases, and we spend time analyzing every single case, all the aspects, making sure that the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. So again, the cases are important to us, and I love the analysis because that way I get to ask my staff, and hopefully they're educating me and they're answering the questions correctly. So we're all educating, we're all learning, and we're all getting better at what we do.
That's awesome. So sometimes if you might not hearing at that next day, I mean, we're still actively working and building and growing and just getting super educated on each specific case.
Absolutely.
Every case.
And again, the practice of the law is always so fluid. It's changing. The laws are changing. Things are moving. And so you've got to be constantly educating yourself as to what's going on out there, what your competition is doing, what the insurance companies are doing, what the clients are doing, so that you can make sure that you put the best case forward for each individual client.
Absolutely. So you guys, again, I say it every time, you guys are in good hands. We have a very strong team, of which about a good 80%, maybe a little bit less, is bilingual.
Yes.
Bilingual
Absolutely.
Staff. We also have a show in Spanish.
Yes,
so if the attorneys themselves don't speak Spanish, they have someone beside them to translate for your family member, friend, or any loved one that you guys have. So we're there to help you guys as well.
Yes, we are.
More languages to come. Just kidding. We do have a comment. This is from one of our past clients. This is Martha. She's saying, my counsel. So thank you.
Martha?
Martha, yes, with TH.
Hey, is that?
We don't have last name.
Okay.
We don't disclose the last names here.
Okay.
So we'll probably go look at the picture of Martha. So we can go just give you an awesome little heart. And thank you so much for being on our show. And yeah, she said, my counsel.
I bet I know which Martha that is. I bet I do.
Yeah.
Martha, how are you?
Okay.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, so we do have there.
Miss Chacon, maybe Miss Chacon.
Maybe. It's out in the air right there. So thank you for all of you guys that are commenting, loading up your questions. Keep loading them up. We still have some time. We were just speaking about D. Miller & Associates being your legal heroes. Every story has a hero and every hero has a story. It's very serious to us. We do take that role pretty seriously. And with that, we're doing something every month called heroic behavior.
Yes.
It's been such a success. You've seen the growth of that. It's been super rewarding. So we put a picture out on our Facebook page. It has a big banner that says heroic behavior on it. You might see me or any of our other promotional models here at D. Miller & Associates. And we're going to tell you for that month what we're giving away. And in honor of Mother's Day this month, so Mother's Day is in May, so that way they'll get their gift in time. Right. We're doing a little spa package from Massage Heights. Who doesn't love a good spa day or massage day? Okay. Now, what do you have to do to qualify? It's very easy. You have to go to our page, go like our page, give us a thumbs up on the D. Miller & Associates PLLC page. Go like the picture that you see. You're going to see me holding the same exact bag, and it says heroic behavior on it. Go like the picture. You have to share it as well on your timeline. So now it shows up to all your friends, and you have to tag 2 mothers that you know out there.
Cool.
You have to do all 4 things to qualify. So like our Facebook page, like the picture, share it, and tag 2 mothers that you may know. Could be your own. Not yourself, because you're already a part of that. Your sister, whoever it may be. And don't worry, for the fathers out there, we have something next month for the fathers, because Father's Day is coming the following month.
I was just about to say, don't leave the daddies out.
No, we're not leaving the daddies out, but this is for the moms. They're doing a spa package. It's been super awesome. I mean, you've got to see how many people are super interactive with this. It's kind of fun because it gets the morale up. People love to be a part of like little contests like this.
It is fun. And, I'm really glad, Monty, that you've come up with a lot of these things for us because, again, it allows us to interact with the clients, with those people online, and not just talking about all business. It's talking about them, getting to know them, interacting with them. It's a lot of fun. Just like the young lady that we took pictures with last time.
Monica.
That was very sweet.
That was for our Spanish channel, Jueves de Justicia. Monica won the last month's prize, which was a $50 gift certificate to Pluckers. We have our winner for the Talk to Me Tuesday. You're going to see a picture here shortly because she will be in to claim her prize this week. So we already got 2 winners, and man, their smiles is what's even more rewarding.
That's what it's all about.
It is what it's all about. So the winner for this spa package, we're going to announce it next Tuesday.
Excellent.
Okay, April 24th. You're going to be on the show.
Excellent.
So maybe I'll have you open up the envelope and announce the winner live.
Sounds good to me.
If you guys have a phone number on your Facebook page, we might even call you live, so that way we can hear your voice. That would be kind of cool. But next Tuesday, we're going to announce the winner. So go ahead and spread the word the best that you guys can. If you guys are males, or if you're a nephew or a son, you can still participate because you can win it for your mom.
So can I win it for my mom?
You can win it for your mom.
Okay.
You can participate.
I will tell her to see what we can do to get back in town. That sounds great.
Miss Miller, all the Millers out there, make sure you participate as well. For sure. So that's something awesome that we're doing. We're trying to do a behavior that's very heroic for you guys. We're trying to be your heroes in many different ways, not just on the case, the legal side, but also just if we can provide dinner one night or relieve some stress one month. That is what we're here for.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. So make sure you guys participate. Make sure you go on there and go look that picture up and go like that picture. Do not forget. We have time for one more question.
Okay.
One more question. If you guys have more questions, load them up. We'll probably go over, and then we're going to hear a little bit more of Mr. Miller, what type of ending message she wants to leave you guys with. So Jamie's asking, what are some types of steps you can tell me to remember after an accident? It's hard to stay calm in those circumstances. Man, I agree.
Right.
And I'm going to repeat that because this is a very important question. I actually love it. I've never seen a question like this, and I love it. What are some steps you can tell me to remember after an accident? It's hard to stay calm in those circumstances.
Okay. First thing I would tell you is certainly call the police. It's good to get that official record as to what is going on and what has happened. Secondly, I would certainly say move your vehicle to someplace where it's safe. You certainly don't want to be involved in a secondary accident to make things that much worse. I would also say if I was involved in an accident, if there's any way you can document in terms of taking a lot of different pictures, even voice recording of the different witnesses, getting their names, getting their numbers, other people who are independent, so that it's not so much dependent on the 2 people involved in the accident. And obviously remaining calm. You got to remain calm during these situations, okay? And then probably the most important thing I would suggest that you need to do, if you're feeling bad, if you're feeling that hurt, take yourself to the hospital. That's very, very important. If you put all those other processes in place, you got to make sure that you take care of your health and get to the hospital if you need to.
Yeah, absolutely. And along with that, and that's Jamie, you can even come by our office. We do have our top 8 things that you could do right after an accident. If it's something that will help to put in your glove compartment, we do have tools to help out those out there. So if you guys want to come by or give us a call or send me a direct message, I'll make sure that you get those tools.
I was just about to say that. If you guys want to send us a message, we could certainly be willing to send it to them.
Yeah, email, any type of line of communication. We definitely want to do that. Staying calm is super important. Taking pictures is very important. And I want to ask you this, Attorney Darren.
Yes.
How do you feel? Because nowadays we're in the line of technology.
Yes.
A lot of people, and I've seen this, a lot of my friends on the stories, I've seen it, people post pictures on like their Snapchat or on their Instagram or their Facebook. Like, how do you feel, or what the trend is going? Do you recommend that, or does it really hurt?
I don't recommend that. And the reason being is, again, if I've got certain bits and pieces of evidence, I don't like to let the other side know everything that I'm dealing with and everything that I've got. So I recommend to my clients, of course, not reporting too much issues with regards to injuries, certainly not video, nothing recorded. Let's keep that to ourselves until it's time for us to strategically release it to the people that need to get that information.
That's good advice. So don't want to play all your cards. And I asked that question because I go on my timeline on Facebook,
Right.
Instagram, and I'm just looking and I see a picture of like an accident or something happened, which it is entertaining, although it's even more so heartbreaking for
Right.
me. But I see it very often.
It does happen very often, and I can tell you what else happens very often.
Okay.
There's many situations where the insurance company is also looking through your Facebook, your social media, and figuring out, does this information hurt your case? Because if it does, I've been in many situations where I've been in mediations or situations where I'm trying to get a case resolved. Your client did this. Oh, your client had with that serious back injury. Oh, look at them. They're working out. They're doing this, or they're posting, doing all these things that you said they can't do. So you got to be very careful about the information that you're putting out there, especially in social media.
So nowadays with social media, it's now in a life of no longer private. It's very public.
Yes.
So in a case like this, it's okay to be private, just to kind of not show all your cards and the evidence and stuff like that.
I would not only say it's okay to be private, but especially if you're one of our clients, it's recommended that you remain private.
Got it. Okay. Well, then that was a really good question. Thank you so much, Jamie, for that question. And it led us into more questions, of course.
Right.
And I want to go ahead. It's coming to the end of our show. It's been such a great
Already?
show. Already.
Wow.
Yes. Talk to Me Tuesday with your host, Body B. And this is our founding partner, attorney Darren Miller.
Darren Miller.
So I do want to ask, what type of closing statements or closing thoughts do you want to leave our viewers? Until next time, because he is going to be on the show next time. That's back to back. What would you like to leave the viewers with if you had to leave any message? And we talked about a lot today.
We did talk about a lot. And kind of a solemn message of sorts. One of my very, very dear employees for a very long time, her name's Aurora. Her mother just passed away, and our hearts go out to her and her family because they are addressing that situation as we speak. And so we love her, and we just want to provide our support to her as she's going through that very difficult situation. But the specific message that I want to say to people is that life is short, okay? It's very short. So you need to do things that make you happy. You need to do things that better yourself, that are going to point you in that right direction. So do those things. If you're doing things that are not making you happy, from employment to relationships to making bad decisions in your life, you need to change that, because life is short, and soon, guess what, guys? It's going to be over. So please, enjoy your life, do those right things, and move things in the right direction for the short time that you have.
Wow, that was a great message. We want to first and foremost send out our condolences to Aurora from D. Miller & Associates and everybody that's also watching. But that's a great message. Always do live in the moment.
Absolutely.
Live in the moment. Of course, we all know tomorrow is never promised, but living the moment to your best potential and just being super happy. I love that message. You just gave me the chills. Well, I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in to Talk to Me Tuesday on a Tuesday from 3 to 4.
On a
Tuesday. You'll see us next Tuesday, the same duo here. So please get your questions ready. Any questions that you guys may have, you don't have to wait till next Tuesday. Load them up. We'll make sure that we follow up with that. So thank you for all the viewers and all of you guys that have shared this show already. And those of you guys that have liked the show already, we want to give you guys a big thank you. Hugs and kisses. So thank you so much. And until next time, Talk to Me Tuesday with your host, Madi B, and attorney Darren Miller.
Miller.
Hey, bye guys.
Bye.